Hey guys, this is just a quick video to go over how I create a level count log where it logs how many levels you've gone in. So if you've gone in level 1 3 times, it'll say like level 1 3, level 2 2 times, it'll say level 2 2. And the purpose for me creating this is I have randomly generated items appear in storage, but I only want it to do it the first time that the first time that storage is like an instance is created, and then if you know anything about changing levels between Unreal, you know it kind of wipes the information unless you feed it through a save slot or game instance. So what I've got here is I've got a level count on the left. It's a map, so there's a string and an integer, so the name and the amount. I've got the same one on a game instance here on the left, same sort of logic. And on begin play, so first time you're playing it, so let's say start of the game, pull the level count variable from the game instance and feed it to this level count variable. Obviously they'll both be null, won't they, because it's first time you've played it. And then get the current game level, try and find it in this, which we've just pulled from the game instance. If you try and find it, and if you can find it, pull the integer of it, and it'll be nothing. It'll be 0 the first time. So then I increment it, so 0 becomes 1. So they load the game, and that's level 1, and then that becomes count 1. Then I add that to the level count in this blueprint, this one. Then after I've added it, I call the event dispatcher to feed it back to the game instance. So then when I go to the next level, it then pulls it from the game instance and it goes, oh, okay, so level 1 is 1. So now we're in level 2. That's 1 as well. And then feeds it again. And then if I go back to level 1, I go, okay, so level 1's already here, 1. So level 1 and count 2. Level 2, count 1. So you see it's logging it. And the reason why I've got it is, if I show you, the starting items on the storage, it's not perfect yet. It's doing something weird where this code is working, but for some reason the first time you open the starting items, it gets the amount wrong. Like it gives it like one extra or one over. So it'll be some real simple thing. But the good news is it only runs it once, and though the numbers might be wrong, if I come in and out of that level 1,000 times, the numbers will match the second time onwards. So you see here, 3 wire. So if I go into another room, and you look on the left, it logs it. So I've gone into the bedroom once, bathroom once, no, bedroom twice, bathroom once. The wire number will be wrong, but the wire will just be wire. So it's 6. So you see it's doing something weird, but if I go back, there we go, 6. So it's 6 again. I know the items disappear the third time you go into a room. It's another bug I need to look at, but it's not related. 6 again. So it's randomly generating the items, but only once, and then I'm logging the items in the game instance to then pull from, and I'm getting it to look at, okay, so the level count on generating items, and if it's greater than 1, pull from the game instance rather than generate. So I'll show that bit after this. But you see here, so I've gone in Jackie's bedroom once, protagonist 4 times, the bedroom, the bathroom 3 times, the hallway once. So 1 med kit. So I bet it'll be something daft like 2 med kits the next time. 2 med kits, yeah. And then if I go back in, 2 med kits. And if I go all the way back to the other one, I know the run animation is still version 2, so it's half the amount of pixels, that's why it does that. Still 6 wire. And it's the same logic all the way throughout, so I go all the way through to Barry's bedroom, 4 wire. So we'll go in, we'll go out, the number will be wrong, but the item will be right, 3 wire, and then again, 3 wire. So you see that level count logic is working, it's just the count's iffy on this master storage thing that I've got going here. So in terms of how I get that level count to feed to the storage, to go, hey, have we been in this level before? If so, generate the items. If so, pull the items from the game instance variable, the stored storage items. Lovely name that. If not, generate. So we've got here begin play of this. So that's a placeholder. You'll notice that's from the first bedroom. This is actually the parent, but that's a placeholder. The actual one is that. This one is just like the master. So I'm feeding this logic into into the parent, not all the different child. So it's only running it once. So play character is me. Set is me. Well, protagonist. Protagonist level count. As you know, begin play happens when the begin. This will be created when the other begin play is created as well. So if it's greater than 1, true, then go straight to the stored items of the game instance here, and then just look to see is the container class the same, the name the same, do the container, is the class the same and the name the same, and they both need to be the same, and yeah, and it's true. So the class and the container are both the same. Then add the item and the amount to the items, which is the items you saw in the storage. So there's something going wrong with the amount that we saw, but it is logging it as we expected. And then if it's not greater than 1, so false. So the first time you've been in the room, so it triggers 1, and you've got generate items. Starting items true, then generate the items, and then in the generate items, this is like another topic. This is going over the level count. So yeah, looks at the logic, generates the items, looks at the chance. Then after it's added it to the storage that first time, I create like a local version of the variable that stored storage items, and I go, okay, so pull the class, the display name, get the item and the amount of the item in that randomly generated thing. Okay, so that's all done in the loop, and then when it completes, feed that local item list you saw, so all those items we've added in, pop it out a sec, feed that into this for each loop, and then for each of those items randomly generated the first time you play the game, get the game instance, store it, or add it into the game instance. And that's how you go through a level the first time, it randomly generates the items. Every following time, those items will always be static, and it will not randomly generate again and again and again. And that's how I use the level count that's how I use the level count to control the trigger for the generate random starting items. And once I've cracked the persistent items, both random and the player putting them in, taking them out, once I've cracked that, I'll do another video going into that in more detail. But yeah, just thought I'd show a quick way relatively quick way to log the ability of how many levels you've gone in and how often. You could use it for loads of stuff. You could be like, the 5th time you come into this level, make it trigger a respawn for the dead creatures that maybe you haven't critically killed them, so they're just dead, but not kind of like you haven't taken the head off. For example, like in Resident Evil 1 Remake, you could do on the 5th time you've entered this level, maybe do a 25% chance these zombies get back up. Probably more or less how they probably did it when they did Resident Evil 1 Remake, to turn them into the Crimsons, the Crimson heads zombies when they come back, if you don't critically kill them. Yeah, there'll be more to come. Hopefully you found this interesting.